Hello, everyone. Welcome to the episode of the BG Show. I'm here to do a quick non-spoiler review for Quiet Place Day One. I'm waiting to do the spoiler review with my dad. I'll be in person with him in a few days, so we'll wait for that. But for now, let me give you a non-spoiler review. I saw the movie a couple of days ago, and I thought this was a solid movie. Not an amazing movie, but a solid movie. Good performances. I guess the one spoiler I'll say right off the bat, a little bit of a spoiler, is just Joseph Quinn wasn't in this movie. I checked the phone for 40 minutes. So the movie's an hour and 40 minutes. He only has an hour in the movie. I thought it was pretty noticeable because, he's like the main. So Lupita Nyong'o is definitely the main character in this movie. I think she does a good job. Totally different setting being in New York than, the farmlands. It's a lot noisier, obviously. I think it was a good movie. If you like the Quiet Place movies, you're a fan of them, I think you'll definitely like this movie. If you're kind of like, you're kind of like in and out of the movies, I think you might be in and out of this movie too. The only thing really different is, I would say, is just the setting and obviously the actors. But a lot of the other elements are the same, the chase sequences and, the tense thriller scenes that we know from the monsters. The only issue, and I guess, I don't want to say issue, but the one thing that sticks out is the one grating thing about watching a movie like this is you kind of know, not in advance what's going to happen, but like the next 10 to 20 seconds. So like, a character will like look around and start walking, and then they'll pan into them walking, and I'm like, okay, the next 10 seconds are now going to be this character walking. I know nothing is going to happen. And it's not that I need action every 10 seconds, but that's kind of like the theme I felt in this movie. It's like a bunch of stuff like that. Going into like not the spoilers, but like the deeper parts of the things that I won't spoil, I think some of the characters doing dumb stuff might bother people. It's certainly bothered me in this movie. I feel like there's a lot of dumb decisions, both by the government and by the people in this movie. And I guess the one thing that I think I should say that's not, it's not really a spoiler, but just kind of like a plot thing. If you're going into this movie, expecting like a prequel to, where the monsters come from and like a really detailed explanation, you're not going to get that in this movie. It reminds me a lot of Civil War in that way, kind of just not getting into it. That's the one thing I will say about the plot. Just doesn't really explain it at all. So yeah, I would say it's a solid movie. To give it a score, I think I'd give it like a 7 out of 10, maybe slightly less. I think it really depends how much you like the genre. I think some of the scenes are rewatchable, but it's not a movie that I'm probably going to go back and rewatch too many times. And like I said, a lot of the characters did some dumb stuff that bothered me. But it was a good time at the movies. I appreciated the runtime of an hour and 40 minutes. If this was like a 2 hour and 10-minute movie, or even longer than that, I probably would have hated it. So I like the runtime. Overall, a pretty solid movie. I don't know if I'd run to the theaters to see this, but certainly if you're a fan of the franchise, I would go see it. So that's my review of Quiet Place Day One. A lot more content coming this week. If this is your first time watching my channel, please subscribe. And I look forward to engaging with you in the future. Thanks, guys, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.